Booyaka. This is the Gatekeepers Musically Speaking Podcast. Your boy Verbal Vayne with Mari and Shaman Wagwan. What is the future? What is the future of the music industry?
I think in terms of style of music, there's a lot to explore. In terms of Kiangalia, where we came from, like from Kapuka to, if you go way back into the Kalamashaka era, where they borrowed, like, let's say, if we take hip-hop, they borrowed that hip-hop sound and made it more local. That's how the style was able to develop. And things like Kapuka came in after some time. Your Gengetone now has come in.
Gengetone.
Yeah. Why do you look like you got something to say about it?
I have so much to say. In fact, kama ni Gengetone. Gengetone is not a genre, first of all. Gengetone is a phase. Gengetone is a delinquency, if anything.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. Upende usipende. Let me give you an example.
Shaman, what is the reason why everybody, all of a sudden, they are turning all of this negativity to this Gengetone?
You know, it's a void. And everyone knows. Pahali kuna shimo, lazima kuna mtu ataijaza.
Tuseme there's a specific song people are pissed off about. Tuseme tu hivi. There's a specific, because I remember in the Gengetone, when it came, there were some nice, funny rhymes, and then I see people online, they are really complaining about some people saying some funny things, you know, pedophilia. Yeah.
You see, the pedophilia aspect, msanii ni kioo cha jamii. But sahi,
TZD, nigga.
Sasa, but imefika point ambayo wasanii wetu hawajajielimisha.
Wewe si kioo cha jamii.
So you've stopped being kioo cha jamii. You've abandoned your responsibility, and now you're just reflecting your own perceptions about the society on people. And that is why you find kama saima wajama wa Gengetone wanakuwa associated na pedophilia.
I'm not trying to defend or justify anybody, what anybody said or anybody did. Lakini my part of my thinking is we should look back to Gengetone was inspired by, from my perspective, the hood life. Like guys in the hood, the experiences they go through, the things they do, things they see.
Mari, just to bash you for a minute.
Yeah.
Ukisema guys in the hood, the guys were singing Gengetone are high schoolers. So this guy is singing about marijuana is in Form 2.
Now,
and
this is the thing.
Lolo in Form 2.
Now, this is the thing. Why I'm saying in the hood is because sometimes we tend to forget that, like, let's say the younger generations,
I think
what they're going through.
The situations.
Like
jobs. Education.
Kuna, I wouldn't say education per se. I would say more of the experiences they go through. Like watu wakiwa high school, what do they go through there? If you're out of high school, you may not be up to date with what's going on. But the fresh out of high school kids know. And they'll reflect that if they come into Usani, they'll reflect that in what they're singing.
Okay. There was this debate online. Yes. This some of these Gengetones are these Gengetone rhymes are very extreme. But a certain article kwa Facebook that, you know, there are some genres that have really gone into much more diabolic expressions of, you know, human, to say how they express human experiences, like you know, death metal, you know. Very. But death metal, they talk about a lot of gore, and I'm pretty sure there were some certain instances of pedophilia in hip hop. Me, as a listener of hip hop, I've heard of a lot of extreme levels of nasty stuff. I can mention some rappers, but it's not like they do it, they just say it to express a kind of experience or settings. But the difference is those rappers were grown people. They were not young people saying those things. That is the only difference.
My thinking is Gengetone artists, you'll notice a lot of them are the younger, fresh out of school generation kind of kids. And what they're talking about, my thinking is if let's say if you talk to a 5-year-old kid and you talk to them about what games do kids play, hide and seek, and ask them about their experience, they will tell you what hide and seek. If you ask them what games they play, they'll say akina hide and seek. They'll say pengine
Chama, macha, baba.
yeah.
But even
And
they'll
they'll
all of us as
yeah.
youngsters, we remember, even there was those things, you could say as children, you could not tell a grown-up. You knew them, they knew them, but there was no that connection.
Yes.
So right now we have that, everything is opened.
Yeah. But now
What the
think
young ones know,
yeah.
the old ones are very shocked.
I would say I think it's a generational thing. Look at the times akina Nonini, and I'm not bashing anyone or any, like I'm just pointing out. Remember the songs that used to
Nonini
come
was in
out
the shower,
and how
Geja.
you know how like it was like it was almost shocking. Like, how do you talk about that kind of thing?
Now the issue is, at least akina Nonini were talking about doing showers with people of their same, their
okay.
same age.
Yeah. Of course,
The kind of illustrations we have now.
Yeah.
Tukubaliane tafadhali, tusidanganyane. Ukiangalia mawimbo za vijana sahi, hata music video, the music videos are borderline terrorism. Because that's not something you can watch with your father or your mother or even your sister.
Yeah.
Tuseme tu kweli. Kwa sababu ukiona pale dem amevaa hot booty short ingine mbaya, inatingika, ukipose unaweza ona vitu zenye uwezi ufai kuona. But sasa that is what they're advocating for. Nakumbuka sasa hiyo jamaa ametoka tu high school.
Yeah.
Me and Verbal, straight from high school, put creativity into it.
I remember room 506.
That was room 506. We're room 506. If you guys have not heard about room 506, you can go check out on Verbal Vayne's page. Lazima iko Reverb Nation pale.
It's very extreme. I think it was hidden kiasi. But what we're talking about was not, we were with people of our same age, our same age groups.
Yeah. So you advocate for masking it.
It's not masking it.
Yeah.
It's about creativity. You see, vile tu tulisema.
Do you have nothing else to talk about?
Yeah, msanii ni kioo cha jamii. Na jamii, just because jamii involves private parts, we need to be educative and provide entertainment at the same time.
I think maybe there might be that generational gap. Yeah, and like I was telling a friend of mine,
some people.
yeah, like if you look at, let's say, for example, cigarettes in the 60s, they were almost taboo. Like if you were smoking, like but with time it went on and became normal.
Actually, you see them in movies, in adverts.
But
yeah.
you see,
No,
guys, I think we need to put this whole thing in perspective.
Yeah.
Gengetone, we've spoken about Gengetone being about drugs, sex, and now pedophilia. Issues we have is about, forget the drug.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about marijuana.
Yeah.
We're talking about pedophilia.
Yeah.
We're talking about the lyrics, the content of the lyrics. We're not talking about marijuana or cigarettes.
That's the subject that brought Gengetone to the pulpit to be judged.
Yes.
Kapuka did not do that.
Okay.
Kapuka was all about fun. Akina Bamboo. Kapukaris. Alafu sa Gengetone. When I see these young people, I enjoy seeing, young people doing their funny fun. Even me and Shaman, when we were young, when we were doing our first record, our songs were that fast, they were that vibrant.
They were really there.
They had that, that massive, oh shit, nigga, I'm horny as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, maze kuna pate flani.
Yeah. Even do Room 506. If you guys haven't heard of Room 506, maybe you can tell some of our friends, because that track is really crazy, but it works for those people who you are growing with,
Yeah.
So the question is here is Gengetone, if it's a genre, what can Gengetone provide to uplift society? What can Gengetone provide to educate society? Kind of like Bob Marley, raga, reggae,
Yeah. Maybe I'd say I would not classify Gengetone as a genre, as a full-fledged genre. At best, maybe a subgenre, but it cannot be a genre. And I think because it borrows from, let's say, Latino South American.
Yes.
Ragaton.
It borrows from same way Kapuka did. It's I think it's more of a phase, a generational phase that of music that the younger generation are going through, and more like I would say in terms of maybe the style. I would go to producers here. There must be a producer who sort of introduced it, or producers who introduced it and backed it. And now, in terms of content, is where I think the responsibility lies in. I think everyone who is involved in the creative process. I would not say should be held accountable, but should reflect on what it means.
Bottom line is this.
Yeah.
Bottom line is this. I think we're all in agreement that the artists who subscribe to the Gengetone need to up their content. Yes,
Fair
it's
point.
true. It's true.
Yeah.
There's nothing new under the sun. Songs can either be about love, politics, money, or women. Those kind of things. But when you go down to the basics of it, mtu akikuimbia anakwambia big man bazu, big man bazu. You've heard the song, eh?
Yeah.
That song, I hear it, and because it's been played over and over, you can't get it out of your head. But it doesn't mean the song is good. It means these guys probably, if you do your job as an artist, if you actually put time and listen to guys who've been there, they talk about music promoters, managers, and the artists. The kind of interaction that happens in between there needs sober mind. And these guys, half the time, if not all the time, they're high. They don't understand how the business works. They don't understand the nitty-gritties of the music entertainment. Ndio maana vijana unapata kwa music video amefanya vile amefanya, amevuta bangi, anarudi home kulala njaa. Okay, akipiga mapicha social media, ana flash. He's flashing things. Ako ndani ya Pro Box. Ako pale. When he goes home, he's sleeping hungry and he has no future.
Okay, I think what I'm getting from your perspective is in terms of the business side of things, like any industry.
Yes.
The music industry is an industry.
It is an industry.
And needs to be handled as such. And
Because the question you can ask now, who the hell would want to produce such content? And was it for just money? Because if it's for money, fine, I think there are a lot of people who can do that way. But even those people, don't they have daughters? They want them to be in a situation where the artist is talking such stuff. Yes, hip-hop can be extreme. I've heard of really crazy hip-hop, but sometimes if I was to listen to horrorcore hip-hop, there is where I would expect that content,
Okay.
So what is Gengetone? Because when you listen to horrorcore hip-hop, you must be prepared. You must prepare your ears.
Yeah.
Horrorcore hip-hop is a kind of blend of hip-hop where it's really extreme. You talk about rape, you talk about all kinds of violations, all kinds of sexual violations, brutal violations, individual violations. But they've made themselves known, even the way they call themselves. Groups like Grave Diggers. You can hear those names. Those are guys who always talk about, horrorcore concept. Is Gengetone horrorcore? Because I don't think it's horrorcore. I see a lot of dancing and a lot of everything.
I think a part of the issue is the media, because media have a role in terms of commercial content and what goes to the media, what is played. And if the media does not play its proper role in terms of censorship, putting those barriers for entry, then because as you said, like the other hip-hop kind of thing, it's not commercial. I'm sure you would not hear it playing on like national TV or national radio, but it has its audience.
But now in this situation, we have a lot of this. Okay, we have that mainstay Yenge track that has really pissed people off.
Yeah.
It's been played commercially.
But
Yeah, it's been
played on TV and radio.
Yeah.
Oh man,
yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Again, we don't want to do shifting blame here, there, pointing fingers, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know the guys behind the Gengetone phases.
You do?
They're the same.
Even Shaman is recording some Gengetone
I
superstars as we speak.
I did, and I want to put it on record, because
really? Yeah.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Because the point is this,
Yeah.
I subscribe, or I come from a school of thought where music should be inspirational. Music should be something different every time.
Yeah.
And we should not be offending people. It's
Yeah.
good to provoke people and not to offend people.
Okay.
There is clear disparity between that.
Okay.
Sasa, it's very important that before we can even point fingers to the gatekeepers, the guys who are supposed to put restrictions and censorship and all that stuff, let's make it that from the point of creation, tumefikiria kenye tunataka kufanya na mziki, so that by the time you're putting your music out there, the kind of we're having constructive criticism. I don't think there's any point in time where if you do your homework well, the criticism you would get would be any other than constructive. My man, maybe you can expound on that, Sijui.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it, I think. In terms of when we tell the younger generation this is wrong, I think we should not just tell them this is wrong. We should tell them this is wrong. This is what you're supposed to do. And I think in terms of allowing people to have creative control, there's so much to explore in terms of creativity. There's so much you can do as an artist to explore your creativity. And to me, I think it boils down to homework. Listen to music. Listen to a lot of music as much as you can. Listen to the kind of content that people who are inspiring you or people you look up to are doing. Borrow from that. That would help.
So
I
think we'll take a vote. Let's take a vote.
Yeah.
Post-corona, is there a future for Gengetone? Juke?
There's a future for Gengetone, but as it is not actually defined as a genre. Kapuka was there. Kapuka still seems to be there. But all of this, let us not cheat ourselves from who we learned this art from. We learned it from hip hop. All of this from hip hop. Trap, snap, all manner of lyrical rhymes with a rhyme in it, with a beat in. All of that is hip hop. Hip hop can be separated into millions types of genres. That's why hip hop is still considered pop in American music, even though it's not pop. It's just considered as an offset of a lot of genres. So putting names on a genre, sure, it will work for you for a couple of years. But people will still listen to hip hop 5 years from now, 5 years before now. You know what I'm saying? So for Gengetone, maybe if they could find their own way of trying to influence those people that they're around most of, low-income societies, people trying to struggle in the streets, people trying to question the government on their policies. Those are the questions that you should really, brutally. Don't usiogope karao ama some big official akikukamia Smalls Lethal. Smalls Lethal alienda Kisii akafanya some crazy track opposing his governor. Right now people know Smalls Lethal as a freaking legend. Those are the kind of stuff. So I don't know, maybe if Gengetone, because even right now we are living in a damn near pandemic. We're living in a pandemic.
It's a pandemic, man. It's a pandemic.
Mnaongea vitu zingine hapo hivyo. Right now you should be really looking in how you can educate the local individual, because when the government says lockdown, you've got people walking in the morning wamekaa next together. They're not keeping social distance. It's a crazy time, man. So Gengetone, there is a future, but at this time, man, you know what nature has brought into the human population, it's insane. I don't know if there's a future for Gengetone at this rate.
I think Gengetone, as I said, I think it's a phase. And it was used to bring out something, a form of expression. I think we should not bash the form of expression. We should direct the content so that the form of expression remains there. Like the artist feels they can express themselves in that way, but have more responsible, I would say, content. But in terms of how long it would last, I wouldn't give a time frame, but I would say this. If we look at the history of where the music came from, I think it would help us appreciate a lot on where it is going. Akina, let's say if you talked about hip hop, the founding fathers of hip hop in Kenya borrowed from some people, let's say like people in the US and where it came from, and they acknowledged that, and that was where that is how hip hop became like a culture in Kenya. That's how hip hop grew. Okay. And I'd say the same thing for Gengetone. People should go back to the roots. True. Go back to where it came from. Look into how, first of all, acknowledge where the inspiration behind it, then seek to develop it from there. I think that way Gengetone would have a longer lifespan.
Okay, as much as all that you're saying, give direction to the artist, fact is this. You cannot reinvent the wheel and claim rights to it. Gengetone should just conform. There's dance hall, okay? There's hip hop. Pick what you want to do. If you fail to pick from whatever that is, settle for Kapuka. That's the best you can do. But Gengetone, just because you're talking nasty, and in fact, now, at Asami, I'm thinking I support Mr. Mtua completely. Gengetone should be banned. Come on, when you're artist to a Gengetone, you have no future. No future.
That's kind of harsh. Kind of harsh, man.
Harsh or not. Harsh or not. True.
Like ban Gengetone. Like
we will ban Gengetone. People go back to the script and invent something else. Because as it is right now, Gengetone is not working. Hata pesa ambayo hawa jamaa wanasema wanalipwa. Msanii mgani wa Gengetone ambaye ana pesa? Msanii mgani wa Gengetone? Point one.
I think my perspective is like I think this new generation should be educated.
That's reinventing. You will reinvent yourself. You totally disassociate from Gengetone.
All right, come on, man.
Funny thing is, if you look at international music and all that stuff, these guys have managed to identify themselves. So on that, take it easy. I understand those guys are in business. We are all supposed to be businessmen. We can't have people faking it and assuming identities that are not real. The moment you're educated, you realize that's a fake, and then you need to find yourself again, and then there'll be no more Gengetone.
Okay, so what I'm getting is the authenticity of Gengetone is there's a question mark to it. Because they're importing. It's basically importing a product and claiming to have made it from here. I would say like buying beats online and or heavily sampling or incorrectly sampling, which is something we should talk about at one point or another.
Let the people subscribe and then they get to hear this on the next episode,
Suggest, comment however you want to.
So I think they should take it as should I say an initiative to direct the Gengetone
vibe,
and make it a homegrown thing.
It's the Gatekeeper Musically Speaking Podcast. Do tune in next week for yet another one. And we'll be talking about something very extensive, something a lot of Kenyan artists are talking about. Signing out. Booyaka, booyaka.